Yo guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm back at part number 40 of my F1 2016 career mode. 3 races left in the championship, and appropriately, my rival for the end of the season is in fact Perez. As you can see, I've beaten him twice before. Hopefully I can do it for a third time and become the world champion. But today we are at Mexico for Perez's home Grand Prix. I'm sure he'll be hoping to do well. But as you can see, there is a 13-point gap between myself and Perez. Force India won the Constructors' last race in America. But even if Perez gets onto the podium in the next 2 races, I will be leading into the final race. But without further ado, let's go to qualifying and hope if we can continue our form from the past few races. Okay, wasting no time to go straight out on track for Q1. Just get a quick lap in on the super soft tyres. No need to really push, we should easily get through. Round the final corner we go, crossing the line, and we do go fast. It's 1:18.7, beating Vettel, beating Ricardo. Okay, someone just beat us. Who was that? Perez, you bastard. Anyway, let's retire. That should see us through. And we get P6 for Q1. Obviously not pushing as hard as we can, but it's actually Max Verstappen who tops the session by 0.6 of a second to Perez. In the dropout zone we've got Nasser, Wehrlein, Massa, Magnussen, Grosjean and Ericsson. No real surprises there. Let's go to Q2. So we're in Q2. I'm actually going to copy what I did in America because it worked out quite well. I'm going to try and qualify on a soft tyre. I mean, I didn't think I had the pace in America to do it, but I managed to absolutely dominate. So let's try it in Mexico, see if we can do it again. Round the final corner, have we done enough on the soft tyre? We crossed the line in 18.3, just quicker than Ricardo. But that should see us through. Vettel also on the soft tyre. We got yellow flags, what's that for? Anything important? No, it's for us. I'm an idiot. But let's retire from session. Do we get through on the soft tyre for the second qualifying in a row? Let's say first. We topped the session on the soft tyre. My qualifying pace this season has been pretty much perfect. But in the drop zone we've got Haryanto, Bottas, Rosberg trying to get through on a soft tyre, doing exactly what Hamilton did last race. But Rosberg starting in 14th, Kvyat, Gutierrez and Palmer starting in 11th. But it will be Vettel, Hamilton, Verstappen and myself all starting on the soft tyre for the race, so it should be interesting. Both Red Bulls and Force India's going on separate strategies. But without further ado, let's go to the final part of qualifying to see who can get pole position. I mean, I don't mean to brag, but I'm feeling kind of confident. My qualifying has been perfect, pretty much these past few races. It has been perfect. Round the final corner we go. We set a 1:79, narrowly beating Ricardo once again. The Red Bulls are looking quick around this track. But where is Perez? Perez is half around the track, so let's return to the garage. Can Perez beat our time going to the timing? And Perez doesn't. He's 2/10 off our time. It's looking a lot closer than America. But I'm not going to retire. I'm going to go out for another run because I'm not too confident of that time. I'm going to see if we can improve on the second set of super softs. Shit. Oh crap. Oh, that's not a good corner. Okay, so let's retire from session. Obviously we're not going to improve. Do we get pole position? Yes we do, once again. How many pole positions have we got this season? I forgot to check. If someone in the comments wants to go and check how many pole positions I've got, put it down in the comments. Because I'm really intrigued. But for the Mexican Grand Prix, we take pole position once again. Perez takes second at his home race. Ricardo lines up in third with Verstappen fourth. Verstappen obviously starting on the soft tyre as well as us. Hamilton in fifth, also starting on the soft tyre. Vettel starting on the soft tyre in sixth. Raikkonen in seventh, Carlos Sainz eighth, Jenson Button ninth, and Fernando Alonso rounds out the top 10. But will Perez take the win at his home race? Will he increase the lead or will we decrease his lead? Let's find out. Okay, here we are on the grid. Looking at our race strategy, we could either go for a 2-stop or a 3-stop. Soft, soft, and then mediums at the end, or soft, super soft, then soft at the end. I'm going to go for the 2-stop. I'm going to use those medium tyres at the end, just because there's an 11-second difference. I don't think it'll be worth it. I'm actually going to keep some fuel to use down the straight. But Perez most likely going for... I reckon Perez could make a 2-stop work. But that's our race strategy. Let's go to the race. It's a long run down to turn 1, so who will be leading at the end of lap 1? Let's find out. We have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights out and away we go, and the start is looking good. We've been getting some very decent starts recently. Ricciardo gets a good run and he looks like he's going to take Perez. He's on the outside line. Get in my slipstream. We're going to move to the middle of the track. Let's just focus on turn 1. I suspect there'll be a big collision as it is a very, very tight line. But we're leading out of turn 2. Ricciardo takes second, Perez third. And looks like the top 3 have really pulled away. Not sure where Verstappen is. But this is already looking a lot closer than America. As we come around the final corner, Ricciardo right on the back of me. It looks like he's going to take me down the straight as it is a very long straight. Perez in his slipstream as well. Maybe Perez will take the lead heading down to turn 1. It looks like the Force India has got enough straight line speed to even beat the Red Bull while he has slipstream. But will Perez take the lead into turn 1? No, he won't. He goes into second but doesn't challenge us. But Perez is looking very, very quick around this track. Just because of the nature of the track, it's going to be very difficult to pull a 1 second gap. Coming on to lap 3 now, Perez sets the fast lap of the race. We're going to use Rich Mix to try and defend. I don't think we'll be able to beat Perez since he's in the same car. He's in our slipstream. But actually he runs into the back of us slightly and actually loses a lot of momentum heading down to turn 1. So Perez with the straight line speed but not the confidence to overtake me. We set the fast lap of the race heading down to lap 4, but with Perez with the DRS, surely he's going to take us. We're just going to stay to the outside, get the better line through turns 1 and 2. But we're going to slip back into a slipstream right into the back of him. We're going to have to brake early so we don't go into the back of him. Can we get the cut back? No, we can't. Perez is going to lead, and I think he's got DRS in the next section as well. Can we get a better run? No, we can't. Stick it up to Rich Mix and try and get onto the back of Perez. We can't let him get away. And Ricciardo isn't really much of a threat, so it is a Force India battle as we almost go into the back of him. Obviously, we're on a slower tyre, but we've been very quick through sector 2. Can we just stay onto the back of him and get DRS down the straight? Perez getting a brilliant run out of the final corner, but do we have DRS? I don't think we do. Yeah. Oh, yes, we do. Luckily, I think only just though. We're 8 tenths behind him. Ricciardo, not much of a threat, but can we close the gap to Perez? We are closing. Heading down to turn 1. I don't think we're going to make a move. We're going to stay behind him and wait for the second DRS section. We just get through nice and clean, right onto the back of Perez, almost hitting the back of him. Actually ruins our momentum slightly. But now, can we take him down to turn 3 in a slipstream with the DRS? Going to go to the inside line. Can we make a move? We set a purple sector, a little bit of side pod contact. Garrett's outside, it's a very tight corner. He's on the inside, but can we take him? Still holding on the outside as we go a little bit deep. Try and get the swoop, and he almost squeezes off track. Side by side heading down to sector 2. Change strategy, not now engineer, I'm busy. Inside line through that corner, and we take back first place. Now what do you want? Shut up. And Carlos Sainz is already out of this race and the virtual safety car has been deployed. Oh, do I pit? Do I pit? What lap am I meant to be pitting? I need to slow down. I'm not going to pit. I'm not going to pit. Okay, virtual safety car ending. And can we pull a slight lead on Perez? It's not much, but we do get a slight lead. I don't think... I mean, Ricciardo's staying with us, but I don't think he's got the pace to actually challenge the Force Indias down the straight. I'm sure Perez will be pitting fairly soon, maybe at the end of this lap even. So we just need to stay focused and try and pull a gap on him. Make sure he doesn't jump us, and I'm still in lean. Shit. Is Perez going to pit? Yes, he does. Perez and Ricciardo pull into the pit. Let's stick it up to Rich Mix for a couple laps, try and pull a gap on them. We've got almost 2 laps of spare fuel, so we should be able to push until we go into pit on lap 9. Okay, end of lap 9, coming into the pit. And we almost speeding in, but we just get it. And Ricciardo's actually jumped Perez. I'm not sure if that was in the pit stop or on track. But will we get out in front of Perez? That's who we care about. Such a shit pit stop, but Vettel takes the lead, obviously not pitting. But here come Ricciardo and Perez. I think both of them are going to jump me actually. There goes Ricciardo, and there goes Perez. We get out behind them, so they have jumped us. We're going to have to take them on track. Going back into Rich Mix, we need to get, well, we need to stay with them. Force India with a shocking pit stop once again. I have had a chance to overtake these two, but I'm going to actually wait until the long straight. Try and take them both in one corner. But the AI getting a brilliant run out of this final corner. I'm just not getting the traction. We're going to have DRS and slipstream on Perez as Vettel comes into the pit. Ricciardo is leading the race, but can we take Perez down to turn 1? Obviously we'll have a second go. He moves to the inside. Ricciardo, absolutely no straight line speed. We're going to dive the inside of Perez into turn 1. He leaves the room. Can we take him on the outside turn 2? He pulls out of it. And Ricciardo actually gets back at him. Not sure how he did that, unless Perez locked up maybe. But we take the lead. Perez goes down to third and Ricciardo in second. So Ricciardo somehow managing to stay with the Force Indias. But this is looking like a really, really close race, and it looks like it's going to go down to the final lap. As we set the fastest lap on 19.9. Looks like we're pulling away from Ricciardo. I'm sure Perez is going to make a move down the straight. Yes, there he goes for it. Looks like he's going to move up into second place unless he makes a mistake in turn 1 again. And no, he doesn't. Perez moves into second. We've got a slight lead. I'm not sure if it's a second or not, but it's definitely we're definitely out of slipstream range, which I'm guessing is 1.5 seconds. So we are out of Perez's DRS range. Hopefully we can just keep this gap and maybe even increase it. Looks like Ricciardo is now making a move for second, and it looks like these two are just going to be yo-yoing between second and third. Although Perez actually holds him. Oh shit, cutting the corner. Perez did manage to get back at him, but Ricciardo takes the lead now side by side through the second DRS section. And with these two fighting, I'm just happily just pulling away. And I actually need to, as I'm going to be on the medium tyre at the end of the race. I'm not sure if these guys are going for a 3-stop or 2-stop. I assume they're going for a 2-stop, which is why they're going slowly and maybe saving their tyres. So that may be why I'm pulling a gap, but I'm just going to take advantage of this. I'm sure I will see them again on the medium tyres. Oh, for fuck's sake. What? No! Have you seen my tyre wear? No, because there isn't any. Look! Look at that tyre wear! Nothing! Okay, Perez has gone into the pit. I think Ricciardo's pit as well. Those two have been swapping positions every single lap. And during that time, I've literally just been increasing the gap to 8 seconds now. I'm going to be pitting at the end of the lap onto the medium tyres for my final stop. And just like America, I've just been sat at the front increasing the gap. I've been doing a Vettel. Speaking of Vettel, he's 11 seconds behind me. And I can't see him getting into this race. He's not with anyone, so he's not getting DRS. He's not really closing up to Perez or Ricciardo. So I guess the only real battle is who is going to get second. Will it be Perez or will it be Ricciardo? But coming into the pit now, can we get a better pit stop, guys? Come on. I mean, I don't think Ricciardo and Perez are going to beat us this time. If they get out in front of us, then they deserve to win. But what is the pit stop? You're taking your time, aren't you? You're not really very quick. 2.9 seconds. It's fair to say my pit crew have been very, very erratic, to say the least, this season. We get out in second, which is provisional P1, as Vettel is still yet to make his second stop. But you can see on the minimap, once again, Ricciardo has jumped Perez. Perez right behind him, so I'm sure those two are going to fight in the final few laps. But we are looking good for the race victory, once again. As Vettel comes into the pit, we're going to take the lead of the race, and surely that would be it for us, unless we make a mistake or something drastic happens like a safety car. Perez has fallen behind quite a bit from Ricciardo, so will Perez take second or will he take third for the second race in a row? So Perez is 1.5 seconds behind Ricciardo, so he's not within DRS range, but can he use a Mercedes power to close the gap? It looks like Ricciardo is actually increasing the gap, so despite the Red Bull struggling at the start of the race, Ricciardo, he's my driver of the day. He has done incredibly well to hold back Perez. Come on, blue flag. Nico Rosberg goes out the race. So Mercedes, for the second race in a row, they are having a torrent end to the season. Hamilton getting a single point in America, and Rosberg finishing in, I think it was 14th in America. Second race in a row, Rosberg won't score a point. Got yellow flags ahead. Would that be for... yep, that is for Nico Rosberg, an engine failure for him. Come on, Axon, get out of the way. Thank you. Blue flag. Blue flag. Thank you, Magnussen. Haryanto, blue flag. Haryanto, you stupid person. Got yellow flags down at turn 2. Something has happened. Who has gone off? I think that's an issue for Williams' car. I think they may have made contact with someone. I'm not sure who it is. That is Massa, I think. Yeah, it is Massa. So Massa, I mean, Williams have gone downhill since the first season, but I'm about to lap a Williams. It's been a while since I've done this. Oh god. Palmer and Kvyat going side by side. Two of 2016's worst drivers. They're clearly not going to get out of the way, are they? Oh, for fuck's sake, Palmer! Kvyat, go wide. Kvyat, go wide. Thank you. So as we come on the final corner, literally nothing has happened. But we are going to win the Mexico Grand Prix, continuing our form. Once again, a truly dominating performance. Literally nothing happened in that final stint. I was lapping cars. Perez wasn't able to close the gap to Ricciardo. I'm pretty sure he came in third, but you can't deny our form at the moment. Closing the gap once again to Perez. It's a repeat of America, isn't it? So there you go. We finished 12 seconds ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. Perez takes third. An identical top three to America. Vettel comes up in fourth. Raikkonen fifth. Verstappen sixth. Hamilton in seventh. Button eighth. Valtteri Bottas takes ninth. And Gutierrez does in fact score a point at his home Grand Prix. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting that. But you can see how dominant we were. We lapped up to not even 13th, 12th place. But the retirements being Nico Rosberg and Carlos Sainz on, I think that was lap 1 or lap 2. Very early on in the race for him. But let's have a look at what that has done to the drivers. Perez still leads, but now the gap is just 3 points between the Force India drivers. Lewis Hamilton can no longer win the championship. It is solely down to the Force Indias. And with Brazil coming up, I feel confident that I could take the lead there. But heading into the penultimate race, I'm pretty sure this is the first time Perez could become world champion. If he wins the race and I don't come home in 8th place, which is unlikely, but it could happen, Perez will be world champion. But judging by my form in these past few races, I don't think that's going to happen. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy, remember to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Next time out will be the Brazilian Grand Prix, one of my favourite tracks. I'm hoping to do well there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see ya.